Welcome to Evolve with Books. Today, we're diving into a groundbreaking book that challenges everything you thought you knew about happiness and freedom, The Courage to be Disliked, by Ichiro Kishimi and Fumitake Koga. This book isn't just another self-help guide, it's a powerful conversation that reveals how to break free from the shackles of social approval and live life on your terms. If you're ready to discover the secret to true happiness, stay with us as we explore the radical ideas that can transform your life. Imagine living a life where you're not constantly seeking approval from others, a life where you're free from the fear of rejection or judgment. Sounds impossible, right? Well, The Courage to be Disliked shows us that it's not only possible but essential for true happiness. This book, inspired by the teachings of Alfred Adler, argues that our fears and insecurities are self-imposed, and overcoming them requires nothing more than the courage to be disliked. Lesson 1. The world is simple. People are complicated. We often think the world is chaotic and complex, but the reality is that it's the people who are complicated. Every person sees the world through their own filter, shaped by past experiences and future expectations. This distorted view creates unnecessary complications in our lives. But here's the kicker: these complications aren't real. They're self-created. The authors argue that by letting go of these filters, we can see the world as it truly is, simple and full of possibilities. Lesson 2. Trauma doesn't exist. One of the most controversial ideas in the book is that trauma doesn't exist. According to Adlerian psychology, what we call trauma is actually a choice, a way of avoiding responsibility by blaming our past. The authors share the story of a young man who refuses to leave his house, blaming his abusive parents for his current state. But in reality, his behavior is a choice, not a consequence. The lesson here: you are not defined by your past, and you have the power to change your present by choosing to let go of your traumas. Lesson 3. Anger is a tool for revenge. Anger is often seen as an uncontrollable emotion, but Adlerian psychology suggests otherwise. Anger is not something that happens to us, it's a tool we use to take revenge or to manipulate situations. For instance, when a waiter spills coffee on you, you choose to get angry, thinking it's out of your control. But in reality, you're using that anger to assert dominance or to feel better about the situation. The takeaway? Emotions are powerful, but they don't control us, we control them. Lesson 4. All problems are interpersonal problems. Here's a thought-provoking idea. All problems are rooted in interpersonal relationships. If you were the only person on Earth, you wouldn't have any problems. The conflicts we face, whether internal or external, stem from our relationships with others. Whether it's your relationship with yourself or with those around you, the key to resolving problems is to understand and improve these relationships. Lesson 5. The inferiority complex is a choice. Feeling inferior is normal, but it's also a choice. The book explains that an inferiority complex is not something that happens to us, it's something we choose to believe. By constantly comparing ourselves to others, we create a narrative of inferiority that limits our potential. But if we focus on becoming the best version of ourselves, our ideal self, we can break free from this cycle and achieve true growth. Lesson 6. The Courage to be Disliked. The most crucial lesson in this book is also its title, The Courage to be Disliked. True freedom comes when you can live your life without worrying about the judgments of others. It's about defining your boundaries and not letting others' expectations dictate your choices. This doesn't mean becoming selfish. It means being true to yourself and not compromising your happiness for the approval of others. Lesson 7. Contributing to the community. Finally, the authors emphasize the importance of contributing to the community. According to Adler, we find true happiness not in being better than others but in being of service to others. When we contribute to something larger than ourselves, we find our true worth, not in money or status, but in the value we add to the lives of others. So, what's your biggest takeaway from The Courage to be Disliked? Leave a comment below and let me know how this book has inspired you to live more authentically. If you're ready to take control of your life and find true happiness, I highly recommend picking up a copy. Link is in the description. Thanks for watching, and please help us grow. Like, share, and subscribe to Evolve with Books for more life-changing insights.